Hello, cutie. You're about to experience some lovely ASMR, whether it be an audio or virtual reality roleplay. I do hope that you enjoy. If you enjoy this content, please consider supporting me on Patreon for exclusive videos and downloadable versions of your favorite videos. This will be linked in the description below. And without further ado, here's the video.
My, the legend of the hero is true after all. I see you defeated some of my most destructive and bloodthirsty subjects, all just to defeat me and save humanity from darkness. I have waited so long for a worthy hero to battle. I guess that time has arrived. I must admit, I'm very impressed, hero. Defeating all those demons just proves to me how strong you are. However, unlike my subjects, my power is much stronger than all of them combined. You have never fought a demon with almost limitless power. It's time for this hero's story to end. Don't worry, hero. I promise to make your last fight your quickest end. Hero? Aren't you ready to fight the Empress of all demons? The one that stands before you and plans to take the world for herself? Make humanity her slaves and feast on the souls for all eternity? Are you really going to not fight me and prove your honor and legend? Oh, little hero, are you feeling okay? You look upset, sad almost. Do you want to talk about it? I hear I make a great conversationalist. Maybe after we talk a bit, we can have our final battle. I can understand why you don't trust me. After all, I did say I was going to enslave all of humanity and feast on every soul for eternity. But I promise not to hurt you, and I only want to listen and talk with you. If you don't want to, perhaps we can continue this another time. I'll withdraw for a while and wait for you if you wish. Thank you, hero. I promise you I will listen to every word and make sure you feel comfortable. So, little hero, what's going on? Were you bored while fighting your way towards me? Was the challenge too easy? Oh, hero, what's wrong? Why are you crying? I didn't mean to hurt you. If I did, I promise that's not my intention. Oh, that's good. I promise in this moment you can be vulnerable with me, dear hero. Please tell me what's wrong. Betrayed? Your party abandoned you while fighting demons and wanted to take the spoils and honor for themselves. So the only reason they teamed up with you was to take the glory for themselves as you die at my hands? Oh, selfish pigs. They dare make a party to become heroes and slay me just to betray their ally and watch them die? I swear to the gods I will punish their souls for all eternity and bring them endless suffering and pain. Tell me who betrayed you, hero. I will bring down my wrath on their sorry, pathetic lives. Look, I'm sorry, little hero. My anger got the better of me. I didn't mean to frighten you if I did, but what your party did to you is cruel and heartless. Those selfish fools only wanted glory and riches. They never had pure hearts like you do. Ugh. Truly sorry for what happened to you, brave hero. No human or demon should be betrayed by their quote, end quote, friends. Is there anything I can do to make you feel better? Maybe I can play with your hair to help you calm down? Thank you, my dear. I will not continue my attack on the human world. If anything, you showed me that there's a difference between people with pure hearts and ones filled with greed. To tell you the truth, I only attacked your world because you humans continuously attack ours, calling us monsters, villains, demons. We were so peaceful. Our children playing in fields of fire roses and swimming in the most refreshing lava pools. Of devouring souls. Oh, my dear hero, you're very funny. There's been a very big misunderstanding. While yes, us demons get our power from feasting on souls, that's not the entire truth. Most of our power is received at birth. The higher ranking demon you're born into, the higher amount of power one has. As for devouring souls, while we do get stronger with every soul we consume, they really only give us sustenance, help us extend our lifespan. I have lived for thousands of years, and have only consumed a handful of souls to keep my beauty. We actually prefer making contracts with souls to help them in any way they need. Yes, little hero, we can give contracts to humans depending on what either the human or the demon desires. That's why humans mostly summon succubi when they need pleasure, or a paralysis demon to consume their nightmares, bring them good dreams. Can I be honest with you for a moment, hero? The legend about a brave hero defeating the Empress of Demons and bringing peace. Well, I made that up. A contract to every human, if you will. The reason I made up the legend is because I thought that after news of a brave hero slaying the Queen of Demons, we would be left alone and finally live in peace after this long and terrible war. I'm sorry for giving you false hope, little one. But I'm afraid that the glory you seek and the riches that you desire are fake. Can you forgive me? You didn't do this for glory nor riches. You only did this to protect the ones you love most. Well, I guess we aren't that much different after all then, huh? I'm glad you can hear and see my side of the story. I'm grateful that you can empathize with me. So, dear hero, what do you want to do now? You want to make a peace deal with me. A way for humans and demons to coexist peacefully? Well, I would be happy to accept your offer, but what would the humans think? You'll tell the lords and ladies of humanity my story and convince them to live in peace. Thank you, my sweet hero. You really are brave and pure of heart. Shh, you've had a long journey coming here, brave hero. You've endured so much on your adventure. Please, let me return the favor and give you the rest and peace you deserve. Allow me to be your haven tonight. I see my hero chose my softest pillows to rest on. Oh, sweetie, I don't mind. After all, I am mostly a succubus. Is it okay if I give you soft kisses on your forehead? Why, thank you, my hero. You're safe now, little one. You've endured so much pain throughout your life. I see the physical and mental scars you have. Let me heal those scars now. so well to bring peace to your world and to me. You are such a brave hero. It's okay now. You can relax now. I promise you are safe in my arms. You're so sweet and so adorable when you melt for me.
Mwah. 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 Mwah.
You make my heart flutter with love and adoration, my brave little hero.
Mwah. 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 Mwah.
Hmm? You wish to make a contract with me? What do you have in mind, my dear? I see. You want me to take care of you whenever you need comfort. Of course I'll make that contract. You are so kind and so accepting to me. It's only fair that I return the favor and take care of you. I promise you that you will always be safe, loved, and cherished by me. And I promise to give you all the love and comfort you desire and deserve. It's okay, my dear. All you have to do is rest in my arms now. The contract will be signed once you enter the dream realm. Yes, my love. The contract isn't just between two beings. It's between two souls that are intertwined with each other. Yes, my dear hero. We are, in a sense, bonded together now. Our contract is eternal, and I promise to cherish it until the end of time. Shh. Rest now, little one, for you deserve it. Good night, my beloved hero. I'm so glad you have given me love and the peace that I have longed for. I promise to love you, to comfort you, and to soothe your pure soul when you're in my arms. I guess I can be a mother figure in your life now, but that's a conversation for another time. Good night, my brave hero. I can't wait to see what adventures we'll go on together. So, how's it coming along so far? I know that this subject isn't your strong suit, so don't be afraid to ask me if you have any issues. I'm your tutor, cutie, and I always want to do what I can to help you. Plus, your mom does pay me for this, so you literally can't do bad on your next test, or I'm gonna be in serious trouble. I'm serious. If you get one more failing grade, she's gonna fire me and swap me out with somebody else. What's the point of paying for a tutor if the tutor can't successfully help you improve your grades? Isn't there anything I can do to convince you to try harder? An incentive? Huh. Okay, well, what's something you'd want? Huh? No way, I mean, shouldn't we start with dating or kissing at least first? Look, I'll just brush that off and come up with a more safe for work compromise. How about if you finish all your worksheets I've given you tonight, we can cuddle as a reward? I'll even let you lay your head on my chest and everything. Would that work? Though when you better keep your hands to yourself, I know full well you've got ulterior motives. Deal. You better work hard then. Alright, I'll read up on what your next lessons are going to be while you work on this worksheet. Oh, and this one and this one. No cuddling till after none. All done? That was fast. Let me see. Okay, this one's good. Okay, and the next one? Huh, yeah, this one too. I'm impressed. But let's look at the last one. Wow. That's perfect. Wait a minute, I thought you were bad at this. Have you been pretending to be bad just so I'd stay on as your tutor? I don't know if I'm upset or impressed and maybe a bit flustered. I'll be honest, I've known for a while about your feelings for me. You haven't exactly been hiding them, and, well, I've liked the attention. Maybe you weren't joking earlier with your offer. But still, I think cuddling is plenty of reward for you working so well, so... should we move to your bed? Wow, this is somehow much more nerve-wracking now that all our feelings are on the table. Please just don't pay too much attention to the speed of my heartbeat. And I really should get going. This has been nice, but your family will realize something's up if I don't leave at a decent hour. Maybe if you get a really good grade on your next test, we can talk about moving to the next stage. Oh my gosh, well, good night, cutie.
Welcome, mortal. This is heaven, and I am the angel who brought you here. It's a pleasure. Please, there's no need to worry. You're not dead. Your stay here will only be temporary. Be at ease, for this is a place of calm and peace. Before we talk about why you're here, is there anything I can get you? Anything I can do for you? I want to be a good host. It was supposed to be a joke. Angel, host of angels, get it? Oh well, not a very good joke. But I digress. I did mean it when I asked if you needed anything. It's one of an angel's duties to care for mortals, and I'm happy to help you however I can. Well, even if you say you don't need anything, it wouldn't feel right to do nothing at all. This might seem strange, but perhaps I could whisper some words of encouragement in your ear? It's something we angels do for humans often. When you're on Earth, you can't actually hear our words, but you can feel them. We do our best to bring comfort to humans this way as often as we can. You are kind. You are brave. And you are valid. You deserve all the good things that come your way and more. Be patient and endure, and you will receive these good things. Everything will be okay. Everything will be just fine. I believe in you, cutie. You've got this. You're going to get through this. And everything will be perfectly fine. There, that should do. Now, on to business. As much as I wish I could bring you to heaven just to give you a break and some kind words, there is something specific I need you for. There is a particular mortal that we've decided has been an especially stellar example of a person. Very selfless, doing their best to stay positive despite hardships. Just, well, wonderful. We want to reward them, but you see, this is the problem. We're at a bit of a loss on exactly what to do. You share a lot of similarities to this mortal, and so we've brought you here to ask for your opinion. We hope that with your help, we can properly reward them for their hard work. Well, this is assuming you're willing, of course. It's up to you. Oh, well, thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate your assistance. Now, first of all, I thought I'd run some of their accomplishments by you and ask for your impression. I'm curious to know just how good of a person you feel they are, which of course will affect how richly they are rewarded. I can't get too specific since I don't want to violate their privacy, but let me give you an idea. They frequently take time out of their day for other people. They bring a positive atmosphere to conversations whenever possible. They are aware of important issues in the world and regularly bring attention to them both in person and online, and they work hard to be reliable and trustworthy. How would you describe this person? A very good person. Wonderful. So, would you say that you would respect them if you were to meet them? Okay. All right. And do you think they would make a good friend? A good partner, even? Yes. Yes, I'd have to agree. It can be very difficult to find somebody that works so hard for the sake of other people. At this point, I suppose it goes without saying, but would you agree with our assessment that they deserve some kind of reward for being who they are? All right. Okay. Wonderful. Now, please, remember everything you said. It will all become relevant later on, and you can't take any of it back, okay? No reason in particular, just something to keep in mind. Now then, let's move to the actual rewards, shall we? First of all, I'd like to hear your personal opinions on how you would reward this person if you had the power to. No, don't worry. There are no wrong answers here. We may not be able to implement all the ideas you give, but I think it will be helpful to hear what you have to say without worrying about any rules. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that's a good start. They have been struggling financially a little bit, so that would be welcome, I'm sure. What else? Oh, lovely idea. Perhaps a little trickier to implement since it involves another person's free will, but at least we can provide them with opportunities. You're being very thoughtful about this, I must say. I appreciate it. Any other ideas? I'm not sure we can do that one. We can't violate free will, least of all when it involves that many people. It's a noble idea, though. Perhaps something on a smaller scale. One second, let me make sure to get this down right. Yeah? Oh, why, yes. Now that would work wonderfully. You were certainly the right mortal to ask about this. You're very creative. Don't take this the wrong way, but you're not very good at taking compliments. That's alright, though. This is starting to come together nicely. Any last ideas? You're right. Much like the second, the best we can do is give them a chance. But I think a chance is all they need, wouldn't you agree? Well, looks like a comprehensive plan. Let's go over the whole thing, shall we? So, to begin with, they would receive a large sum of money from a mysterious benefactor. That will be the easiest one. We shouldn't simply create the money from thin air, since spending money with unknown serial numbers could cause them problems, but there's more than enough money in the world that has been lost and forgotten that we can just use that. After that, we give them an opportunity to pursue their dream job. Whether it works out will be completely up to them, but I'm confident that they can make the most of an opportunity. Next, Let them have a nice, peaceful break from life. Perhaps a vacation, or simply do what we can to keep any stress and chaos out of their life for a short while. And finally, we help them meet with someone who would be a wonderful partner. There are no soulmates, I'm afraid, but there are certainly people out there for whom they would be well suited. This all sounds absolutely perfect. This is just the sort of thing we were hoping for. Now, what about you? You've been very helpful. What would you like as a reward? That's what I thought you'd say. It's very modest of you to turn down a gift from an angel, but don't you think you should take this opportunity? It's not likely to ever come again, you know. Again, that's what I expected you to say. That's what made this whole thing necessary, after all. What I mean is, who do you think this mystery person we've been talking about is? You, of course. We knew that you would turn down any reward offered to you. It's good to be humble, but you're a little too humble. You don't hold yourself in very high regard, so we needed to do things in a slightly more roundabout way. I'm sure you think that. But really think. Can't you see how you do all these things I mentioned? You really do think about other people so much. You're a much better person than you give yourself credit for. And don't forget all the things you said about yourself. You admitted that you would consider anyone who does these things to be a very good person, worthy of reward, worthy of respect. You said it yourself when you thought it was somebody else. Why hold yourself to a different standard? I know you try very hard to keep yourself humble, but even a humble soul can accept a gift graciously. Just accept your rewards and be grateful for the opportunity. You deserve them. I have no doubts at all about this. You will receive your rewards in their own due time. Arranging these things can be a little complicated, so they won't all come at once, but I can guarantee that you will receive everything we discussed. Unfortunately, it's about time for me to send you back home. We don't always let visiting mortals keep their memories of heaven, but I will allow you to retain yours. I don't think it should cause any problems. Oh, but before you go, may I send you off with a bit of a hug? It's something of a tradition, and aside from that, I just think you deserve it. It was so good to meet you. I've kept my eye on you for a while, so it was very satisfying to actually have a conversation with you after all this time. I'll continue to watch out for you in whatever ways I am able. Return home knowing that you are one of the finest people on this planet, and you have earned the respect of an angel. Farewell, mortal.
Good morning. Rare to see a day off from all the farm work, huh? I can hardly remember the last time we both didn't have anything to do. All the animals were fed and the crops were tended. Oh, and that hole in the fence was fixed too. Also, finally caught that raccoon that was eaten out of the garbage can. Well, don't worry. I moved them to a nice little area where there will be plenty of scraps and food for them to rummage, so they don't bother us anymore. Say, boss, I couldn't help but notice, but your hairs are about as tangled as a cat with yarn on a humid day. When was the last time you brushed your hair? Oh, boss, you gotta take good care of that head of yours. I'm already afraid you got too much cotton in between your ears to listen for when I call you. Now you're telling me you're letting this tangled mess just sit there? You gotta take care of your hair. Looking your best is important, especially since we have visitors and all those school field trips coming over to see all the farm animals. Look, since we have the day to rest for ourselves, why don't I get some of my brushes and give you a little attention? Okay? Now that's what I like to hear. Oh, and I can try out these new brushes I got for the cows on your pretty head before I go trying it on them. I also got a pair of trimmers so I could tidy up your split ends you seem to be harboring. Alright, I'll be back in just a second. You can just stay here and bask in the sun a little bit longer. And you better stay put this time. No walking off, mister. Okay, just brought the whole basket of my items, and luckily enough, I've still got the trimmers oiled up and sharp. I figured I'd go all out and help you look your best because, sorry to spring this on you, but we do have a field trip coming by in a few hours, so we have to get you looking your best. Last time an important figurehead came by, you had a horrible bedhead. You even had a piece of candy stuck to the side of your face. Imagine how embarrassing that was for me and all the other staff. You'll understand why I'm going so far to make you look nice. Okay then, let's see where to start. Oh gosh, yeah, your split ends are all over the place. I'm thinking a little bit of water from the spray bottle, a nice brush, and then I can clean up these split ends. Alrighty, just stay perfectly still then. The water's already at room temp, so I won't be hitting you with cold water like last time. Just be patient, and in a few minutes you're gonna look and feel great. Nice and damp and ready to be brushed. Let me know if I get too rough with you, okay? If I hit a knot, I'll try not to break your neck. Oh, just a little bit of crass humor, don't worry. Now let's get this hair straightened out. done. If you continue to be patient and still for me, I'll give you a nice reward before the kids show up to see those chickens. Now, to remind you, these are new scissors. They're sharp, so no jostling your head around while I work, okay? This will only take a few minutes. There! You're looking fresh, and doesn't a nicely groomed head of hair feel good too? So soft and fluffy like a sheep. You're lucky I caught you now and not after the school field trip. We still have plenty of time for your reward, too. For being so good, I present to you... ta-da! A lap pillow. For the good boy. Oh, darling, I know you're not a kid, but I'm serious. You want to lounge about and be lazy, and that's fine. I get it. But I just spent my valuable free time on that head of hair, and I don't want to see it get all messed up before the guests arrive. So the best way to deal with that is to keep a close eye on you. And what a better way to do that than to let you be lazy on my nice and comfortable lap. There you go. Isn't this nice? We both get what we want. Well, maybe you get a little extra. I'm willing to bet my thighs feel good under your head. The work I do on the farm does keep me in great shape. I could probably crush a melon with them with how many squats I do in a day. Not to say you overwork me or anything. I enjoy working on the farm with you. Animals are my passion, and these ones are all so cute. And seeing them all live their best lives is almost as good as a really nice barbecue, or one of those chocolate cakes you get at the bakery we deliver milk to. Oh, is my big bad boss getting sleepy? Well, don't worry, boss man, I'll be sure to wake you up in time for the trip that's coming. We still have plenty of time, so go ahead and close your eyes. I'll stay right here and help you nap, okay? Eyes closed? Good. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Drown out all other distractions. Let's start by unclenching your jaw. Now, feel the tension in your shoulders. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, relax your body until your shoulders drop. There you go. That furrowed brow, gently ease yourself and relax it. Lastly, take your fists, and on the count of 3, open them up. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Let go, relax, and drift off into a blissful sleep.
Carriers, hold. You, mortal, the one with the bag, join me on my litter. Watch your words. I alone decide who is worthy to be in my presence. Come. Carriers, proceed. So, what is your name, mortal? You must already know my name, but I will introduce myself regardless. I am Nizeth, the Demi-Goddess and daughter of Kylam, god of the sky, to whom you owe all that you have. And how do you spend your life? What do you do to add value to this world? A mortal necessity, I suppose. Such things seem base and frivolous to me, but I will not question what you mortals consider valuable. I don't recall giving you permission to speak to me without being spoken to, though I have granted you the honor of riding on my litter with me. This does not mean that you may address me so freely. But neither do you need to panic so. I'm not offended, personally. It matters very little to me how mortals speak to me, so long as they mean no intentional offense. But not all demigods are as patient as I am. I merely offer you advice for your own benefit. Though in a small village like this, I imagine you never lay eyes on another demigod. Ultimately, your question is reasonable, mortal, though you asked it out of turn. I will tell you why I had you join me, but first, I have more questions for you. What are your thoughts about life in this village? Do you have enough food? Do you struggle at all with the beasts or bandits? I see. Demigods do not directly manage the affairs of mortals, of course. We are meant to be worshipped. We leave such things to other mortals, but mortal leaders are, well, mortal. I'd like to check in and inform your leaders about what they're neglecting. Yes, this is part of the reason why I had you ride with me. As for why I chose you specifically, I suppose you simply caught my attention. I noticed that while all the other villagers were transfixed by the procession, you were barely watching. You looked as though you had somewhere better to be. Oh, on the contrary, I find it sensible. Mortals are always eager to watch us when we pass by, but they don't actually gain very much from it. I've always found it to be a bit foolish, so I appreciate that you only spared me a glance as you went about your business. Of course, I did interrupt your task, but a demi-goddess's desires take priority. Out of curiosity, though, what were you in the middle of? Well, I imagine they won't hold your tardiness against you. In fact, they'll probably be eager to ask you about me. Ah, good. You're a quick learner. Well, since you asked for permission, you may ask your question. Indeed, we're approaching the edge of your village. However, I'm not finished with our conversation. Some demigods might simply tell you to walk back on your own, but I'll have a member of my procession ride you back when I dismiss you. There's something I wish to instruct you on, as I suspect you may be ignorant on the subject. No fault of yours, of course, but what do you know the difference about demigods and mortals? Well, that's not wholly inaccurate, but a bit simplistic. It seems there are some folk beliefs about us this far out. Well, demigods are indeed half god, at least in a sense, but it's not quite how you think. I have 2 mortal parents, but Kylam chose me while I was still in my mother's womb and imbued me with a portion of his godhood. As is law in this land, when my mortal parents realized from my appearance that I was a demi-goddess, they delivered me to the royal capital, and there I was raised alongside the other children of Kylam. The thing that I've realized is that, while it of course makes sense that as demigods should have a good upbringing and a comfortable life, this separation from mortals has led my siblings to become, well, arrogant. There's a fine line between understanding that you're superior and flaunting it. That arrogance causes its share of problems. In this country, demigods are meant to be masters of ceremonies, guardians against supernatural threats, and symbols to admire and even aspire to. But some of my siblings are overly harsh and unreasonable towards you mortals. A few even use their legal protection to steal or cause harm, knowing that most mortals won't retaliate for fear of execution. All of this erodes trust and risks destroying our way of life. Thankfully, such practices are rare, but if they ever become common, then you mortals may decide that our guidance and protection are no longer worth it. If that should happen, then mortals and demigods alike will suffer. For that reason, I've resolved to not allow myself to slip into that trap. I plan to remain grounded and level-headed, and not demand more from mortals than is due to me. That's the reason I called you to my litter. Conversations with mortals are valuable to me, as, well, they help me understand how you think. And you in particular seem like you might have some interesting things to say. False modesty seems to be popular among mortals, but you needn't bother with it around me. If I say you have things worth saying, then you should simply agree with my judgment. Now, of course, this is hardly the setting for a lengthy conversation, especially as we move farther and farther away from your village, so I will tell you what we will do. When we're finished here, one of my servants will take you back to the village, as I said. They will remain in the village while you make any and all preparations necessary for an extended vacation. And when you are ready, they will take you to my palace. While you are staying at my palace, all of your needs will be accommodated for. Your only obligation is to come when I call you. I will ask questions about any subject I want your opinion on, and you simply need to answer honestly. Yes, that's all. I don't know exactly how long I will require your service. It's no longer than a month or 2, I expect. Yes, it is very sudden, I realize, but there should be no obstacles preventing you from coming. The command of a demi-goddess is absolute, and my servant will dispel any doubts others may have. No one would dream of standing in your way, and at the end of your stay, you will be provided with compensation to make up for the interruption to your life. Oh, a respectable amount, don't you worry. And I have a standing offer for all my visitors if you are to provide me with any sort of idea or insight that I find surprising and useful. Then I will grant you a reward of 10,000 gold coins. I'm not sure if you're well versed in mathematics, so let me put it this way. With that kind of money, you wouldn't have to work another day in your life, so long as you aren't too extraordinarily wasteful. But of course, these promises of wealth are primarily to catch your attention and make this decision easier. In my opinion, the greatest thing you will gain from this experience is the opportunity to spend so much time in close proximity to a Demi-Goddess. I anticipate that the knowledge you will glean from our conversations will be immensely useful to your future. Well, this isn't an offer as much as it is a command, but I'm glad you find the arrangement agreeable. In an ideal world, I think all commands would be desirable to follow, and I endeavor to make mine so. In any case, you may take as much time as you need to prepare, but I would prefer that you be finished and ready to leave within the week. I have other guests that I can speak with at the palace, but I'm especially eager to sit with you again. But before you go, take these. They're fine sweets, some of my favorites. I imagine that you haven't had the opportunity to try something like this before. Now take care, mortal. I hope to see you again as soon as possible.